This is a small clue as to where we're going today. A very small clue, but a clue nonetheless. I guess that gas crisis is real, huh? Well, we're in Chinatown, if you couldn't tell. That's our trip today. That old game. Mostly just like trinkets and things to buy down in Chinatown for the most part, but we're down in Chinatown. We're primarily here for one main thing, but I give you a tour of this anyway. It's a little shopping plaza in there. Lots of ginger. Lots of herbs and spice shops down here. Look at all that cool stuff. Wow. I don't know. Something about me always loves the Asian language of writing. Here's the story of this whole plaza. I don't know if you can read that. I certainly cannot. But mainly what Chinatown is it's a lot of clothing and gift shops and a lot of restaurants and a lot of acupuncture / foot massage places. Now, there's one place in here that I really do like a lot. It's like a kind of like a Chinese swap meet. Well, not a swap meet. It's just it's a Chinese little like mall with just tiny little vendors, and there's a lady in there that sells t-shirts for $1, like graphic tees. So sometimes you can find some cool stuff in there. There's a lot of this kind of stuff here. A lot of the hats and kind of odds and ends, but this is the entrance into that little plaza. So let's just go in and look. You guys can see what I was talking about. Cool shades. Except I have a bunch. I don't really need any more sunglasses, but ooh, I love this kind of stuff. You guys can tell I wear a lot of it. I wear a lot of these bracelets. And I just donated one to Randy Rhodes, so good morning. I ended up getting a new bracelet. Well, it's like a necklace, but I wrap them around and wear them as bracelets because the one that I had, I've been wearing so long that I've stretched it out. And when I throw Josh tennis ball for him to go chase, my bracelet always goes falling off or flying off or something. So got a new one that's a lot tighter. Here's a lady with all the t-shirts. Doesn't look like the same crop. Oh wow, I actually have like Steph Curry shirts. I don't like Steph Curry. What's weird is that this time most of everything that they had was like Golden State Warriors Steph Curry stuff, which we're in Los Angeles. Like everything used to be Kobe, and that just goes to show you that I've been saying that all along. All the people that were Laker fans and Kobe fans, as soon as he was gone, they just hopped on the Golden State bandwagon, and yeah, it was mostly all that stuff. Some Las Vegas shirts, some San Francisco shirts. Not sports teams, just like tourism shirts, so I don't know. See, it's pretty much clothes as far as the eye can see. Every type of clothes you can think of. So we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. I already bought a bracelet, so let's go see Bruce Lee's dojo. That's the that was our secret trip today. Is that if a lot of you don't know, Bruce Lee had a dojo down here. He only taught usually 3 to 5 students at a time. Among them were James Coburn, Elvis, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Chuck Norris. Yeah, so we're gonna keep walking through Chinatown, then we'll eventually hit Bruce Lee's studio. Now, I'm gonna warn you, I have been there before. It's nothing spectacular to see now other than its historical presence, but it's amazing to look at that building and know that Bruce Lee once taught everything he knew, or taught a huge chunk of what he knew to those people there. Yeah, this is actually a bank, if you can believe that. Now, would you like to know what bank it is? I bet you would. It's a place called Bank of America. Now we're heading over to what I think is the most interesting part of Chinatown. It's kind of like the whenever they have like Chinatown nights or these Chinatown Friday night parties and stuff, they always take place over here. This is kind of like the hub of it all. The main, I guess, tourist hangout plaza center. And they also have a pretty kick-ass Bruce Lee statue in here too. Welcome to Chinatown, my friends. I'm actually going to walk around the whole place. It's not very big, so we'll get a little bit of a walking tour. Because I feel like the only way to truly leave this town plaza is to see the Bruce Lee last. A lot of these are restaurants. There's actually a music store down here too, which is pretty cool. So if you have an Asian instrument, you can get it fixed down here, or get strings for it down here. And I didn't bring a coin, but almost every time I come here, I always throw change into this wishing well. And they have all these little like dividers, if you can see. If you can hit those. And there's technically an quote-unquote end of Chinatown, or a greeting entrance. I don't know exactly which way. But one of the other funny things that's in here is this place right in front of us called Fu Chow. For years, they've had this on top of the building as their claim to fame. Rush Hour by Jackie Chan was shot here. That's their big claim to fame here. Now one of our next locations is right over here in this corner. We'll go there next. So we're gonna walk back through. We're gonna take, this kind of goes in like a horseshoe pattern, and I'm gonna take the path that we haven't seen yet. Like I said, it's nothing really that spectacular. If you were coming, like, you wouldn't go on a vacation and go, oh my gosh, we gotta go to Chinatown in Los Angeles. But on a Friday night, they have it lit up. They have a couple, like a jazz club. They have some stuff down here. So It kind of has a little bit of a hot spot, a little bit of a night spot action to it. This garden hangout is no longer here, obviously. But see, even this abandoned building, I even think that looks cool. I don't know why I'm so into that kind of stuff, but there's Hop Louie. And then down here, trying to get in the shade to get away from the sun a little bit. I've went to this jazz club before, it's not too bad. The problem is I'm not a drinker, and you really got to be a drinker to go to these kind of places. But as you can see, that's not just a man doing karate in the middle of the street. It is in fact Bruce Lee. And it's a big Bruce Lee too. He's a big fella. I'd say he's about 9 feet tall. Right here smack dab in the middle of Chinatown. They did a fantastic job. They really did. Now, speaking of our pal Bruce Lee, let's go see where he taught. Anybody need some parasols? Some clothing? We're almost there, guys. If you guys look, way up there at the top, that's actually Dodger Stadium. Yep, so we're pretty close. And it's kind of depressing. Now, he didn't have the studio, Bruce Lee, he didn't have the studio right there in the main hub of Chinatown. It was actually about 2 or 3 blocks outside of it. It was still in Chinatown, but it was 2 or 3 blocks outside of it at 628 West College. And we're just about here. You can tell there's really nothing behind me. There's just really nothing here. But this was it, 628. There's 626. And it actually was this right here. Right in here. You see that? 628. And that is, this was Bruce Lee's studio. Crazy is that? Now, it looks like it's been cut in half, or half the room is inside. Let me get closer. And there to the left is more part of the office, as well as in here. And I'm guessing that this building next door, right over here, 626th, a lot of that was probably part of it as well. You can tell. That's all part of the same building. So if you take down those walls, that would have all been Bruce Lee's studio. Now he charged, they said upwards of $250 an hour. He taught Steve McQueen, Lee Marvin, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you know, a lot of the names I mentioned before, James Garner, James Coburn. But yeah, this dump, this building that used to have the greatest kung fu master of all time is right here, right beside this dental office. I mean, can you believe that? This little space right there. Got Chinatown Dental. Who knows? I mean, for all I know, 628 at one point was maybe 626 over here, and 630. That sounds more logical, that this whole section would have been. So yeah, something tells me this whole block would have been his. 628 West College. I looked it up. This was his Los Angeles dojo, guys. Wow. Even did the metro rail stop like Chinatown. Well, there's the line going all the way around for that chicken place I was talking about earlier. I was going to try down here. I'm definitely not going to try it today. So long, Bruce Lee in Chinatown. It's been real. That's about the most peaceful thing in this neighborhood. For sure. Vlog over.